Hey folks, it's Jim. I wanted to do this video. Why did I buy a low-cost video? I was going to call it Why Did I Buy a Cheap Drone, but instead I changed it to the low cost because that wouldn't be fair to Hubson. It's a pretty decent machine. So, excuse me. Yeah, but let's get into it. The first reason I went with a low-cost drone is after I did all my research, I wanted to go with a $1,200 really nice drone. And then I did all my research and I saw the nightmares of on the second flight the thing flew away. And it didn't matter how much money they paid. The drone just decided to fly away. So there are a lot of firmware, software, satellite connection problems out there. And with almost every manufacturer apparently. Now whether or not this happens to any particular drone more than another, I don't know. And I don't really care. The point is it's happening to apparently all of them. From time to time, these things just fly away. So I don't know the statistics on any manufacturer or anything like that, so I'm not here to sell you one drone or put down another drone. Not what I'm here to do. Here to just open your mind and expand as to why I went with a low-cost drone, okay? But apparently that can happen to all of these. They are machines, they are capable of failing, and therefore there goes your money. It's gone. And so that's something to think about too before you run out and invest a lot of money. The next thing and most important thing is the areas we can fly is continually retracting. And this is coming on fast. State to state legislation is being adopted to restrict the flying space of drone pilots. And so we can't fly in national parks anymore. You can't fly in New York City, I believe, anywhere. There may be a couple of hobby places you can fly, but not in the city itself, apparently. Now you can post a sign, anybody, any municipality, any person can post a sign, no fly zone. So, no drone fly zone. Okay, so anybody can say, nope, you can't fly here now. So it's ever retracting the places that we can fly. So when I thought about spending $1,200 on a piece of equipment I may not be able to use in a year or two due to legislation, I went, no way in heck am I spending $1,200 on something that I may not even be able to fly 2 years from now. So, now let's get into why I chose the one that I did for all the reasons, okay? One is, mine has hobby batteries, which are half the price of proprietary batteries that snap in, right? So, I got 2 batteries and an extra charger, right, AC charger, for $30. Now, many of the drones, 1 battery costs $30. Mine, I can get 2 plus a charger for $30. So that's something to think about when you go to purchase one of these drones, right? The next thing was my transmitter is upgradable. I can put more powerful antennas on here and I can get out to 2 kilometers with my little low-cost drone, right? And FPV, right? Because I'm going to have an FPV antenna that's really good. And I'll make that upgrade for $16. Again, all of this, when I did all my research and put it all together with my 501, I can do all of that with my extra batteries and the antennas for under $200. So that's why I chose what I did. And you need to do all of your own homework and make a decision for what you want to do. But I also wanted my screen in my transmitter. I did not want to be using a cell phone. Now, almost all of the higher cost ones use cell phones, okay, because of the wireless connectivity and all of that. But I've watched many people have nightmares with the applications on their cell phone. Is it Apple based? Is it Android? You know what I mean? All that complication I didn't want to deal with. And I watched a guy flying a really nice drone and all of a sudden his phone's out. His phone keeps shutting down because it doesn't recognize the app. So it's pretty much useless for him. So until they upgrade the app or do something. And so I went, wow, poor guy, invested all this money and he's pretty much screwed. And then, eventually they do work these things out, obviously, but it can take some time. So with all that in mind, I didn't want to spend $1,200, and I could buy whatever I want. But it just didn't make economic sense to me. But more importantly, why was I going to pay $1,200 for something I may not even be able to fly in 2 years? And that's the main thing I want you to get. This stuff, there's Toby hitting the camera. He's a blind deaf pug I adopted. We may not even be able to fly in 2 years. And so, and it's ever contracting, folks, the space. Go look all this up for yourself. Yeah, let me show you. He's here. This is little Toby. He's a blind deaf pug I adopted because his owner went in the hospital permanently, and he may be, they were probably going to put him down if he went to a shelter or something like that. And so I went ahead and adopted him. I'm his human. He's the boss now. And I had a 170-pound Mastiff. He died of cancer. So I adopted these guys, and this little guy's pretty smart. He looks helpless, but man, is he smart. He learns his way by feel very fast in his environment, and that's why I said, yeah, this dog wants to live. And yeah, he would rear up on my Mastiff if my Mastiff even got close to the food. So it's not the size of the dog in the fight, it's the size of the fight in the dog, right? So this little guy wanted to live, and so I adopted him and his sister. They're both 14. He's blind and deaf. She's almost paralyzed. So, and that's it. I'm done with pets after these two when they go. But hopefully Toby won't hit the camera anymore. This is little Zoe. We'll pick her up here. This is little Zoe. She's almost paralyzed. But anyway, that's Toby and Zoe. Sorry if the camera's knocking around. But so that's why I went with low-cost drones. Started this way, and hopefully you'll do your homework and research and understand that this may not be a hobby we can even do in a very short period of time. So, or at least out in public, we may have to be restricted to specific drone flying zones only. And so with that in mind, I can't even film half the things I wanted to film. I wanted to do Yosemite and some of the other parks. I'm planning really long bike rides coming up. So, I'm kind of disappointed about that so many people flying irresponsibly has gotten us to be, restricted to flying, in places that, hopefully we can do a lot of beautiful stuff, but, it's sad that they're taking away the space that we can actually film and all of that. But anyway, keep it all in mind. Do your homework, do your research. These two are hungry, so it's time for me to go. Jim out.